Hey, movers and shakers, I'm Beef, and I'm here to tell you that beef is better than chicken. If you eat beef medium rare, it's delicious. If you eat chicken medium rare, you go to hospital, don't you? Nobody's ever put chicken in a boerewors roll, have they? No, because it would be a cock-up. Next time you fly and they say chicken or beef, the answer's always beef. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because it was ashamed, weren't you? You were ashamed, you dirty chicken. What's the only thing chicken is good for? Reminding you how much you like beef. I mean, if you tasted chicken biltong, don't. It's basically a building material. What do you say if someone asks you if you're feeling chicken? You say, stop feeling chickens, you pervert. You're watching Making the Cut. Now get out of here. Okay, here we go. Right, Brad, I'm ready to go. Poppy's ready to go. We're ready to shoot some bull. All right. I'm especially over the moon about today's episode because my special guest is one of South Africa's most popular showbiz and media personalities. She's a DJ, an MC, a health and fitness role model, a style icon, a fashion ambassador, a TV presenter, a runner, a golfer, a podcaster. Don't ask me how she found time in her busy schedule to join me today. Put your hands and hooves together, please, for Poppy Ntshongwana. How's it, Poppy, and welcome. How are you?
So good, so good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
It's an honor. I'm very excited. This must be your first time being interviewed by livestock.
Dude, I've never in my life, and I've been around a lot of livestock, so yeah.
I can imagine.
Good to be here.
I don't know why I can imagine it, but I can imagine that time I was hanging out with some cows at the bar. I don't know.
Well, I did technically in some way grow up on a farm.
Okay, so you saw animals back in the day.
Back in the day, every December when I go home, the cows are there.
They're there, just doing their own TV show.
Yeah.
You went to university in Pretoria.
Yeah, Pretoria's my hood.
That's your vibes.
I grew up in Pretoria. I was on radio in Pretoria at Tux FM while I was studying there. And yeah, Pretoria's the best place to grow up if you're
It's your vibes. It's your thing. Look at jacaranda trees and DJs.
It's beautiful. It's just getting better and better with time. We were there, well, I grew up there when I was obviously in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Right.
Special place, and it just gets better with time.
Just grows on you, doesn't it?
It does. The Afrikaans is great as well. I was really quite good at Afrikaans, by the way, now that we're talking about Pretoria, and I
did you forget it? You say it was good.
Well,
now, so like
I
it's
left
something
school,
you had.
so I didn't have to do any trappa van vergelijking and all of that stuff, so it didn't serve me after school. But
trappa van vergelijking were the best, weren't they? Hey?
Amazing degrees of comparison.
Deeper and deepster, hey?
Yeah, and even now I prefer people to speak to me in Afrikaans in Pretoria.
Is that it makes you feel, oh, yeah,
there's a sexiness about it.
There's something about it, hey? It's the only language.
And Afrikaans boys, yeah.
And Afrikaans boys. But did anyone, like a drunk guy, ever call you Poppy by mistake? Because Poppy is a short jump to Poppy if you're drunk and Afrikaans.
Every day, all day, I've learned to live with it. Even now when I introduce myself, people are like, I'm like, Poppy, like the flower. Oh, Poppy.
Poppy.
Yes.
Listen, you were born in Mthatha, and then you moved to Pretoria, then you went back to the Eastern Cape for school, then you went back to Pretoria for university. When the bank asks you for proof of address as your answer, it's complicated. What was it like going to university in Pretoria? That must have been wild.
It was fun. It was festive. I think about my varsity days all the time. I worked at the radio station, so it was even wilder than the ordinary varsity experience. We partied, we did radio, we got some, studying done. But yeah, it was an absolute party. It was the best time of my life. I grew so much in those 2 years that I was there.
You used to read the news and talk about the current affairs, didn't you?
I did a lot of that. So that's how I started at Tux FM, which is where I was discovered, was a newsreader, and I loved it. And then it was time to get my own show, and that's what I ended up doing at 5, which was awesome.
SABC was wow. And Poppy, you read the news better than anyone else we've heard reading the news. We need you in here.
Yeah, it was great. It was really, there were other people reading the news and they were good too.
No, they won't, Poppy. You were the best by miles. I loved your news reading.
Really?
Listen.
So how does it feel to know that like any time now, like it could be over for you?
Are you serious? Is that a possibility? Guys, I'm sorry, I need to chat to my lawyer, Poppy. This is the first time anyone's brought that up.
I think you should chat to your lawyer.
I thought this was a permanent role.
Do you need...
I had immunity.
Oh, well, I know someone.
You know someone?
He was on here before.
Oh, Desmond, yes, of course. Funeral insurance for cows. Is it true that you're a vegan now, Poppy? Because I'm not judging.
Not now. I became a vegan years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want people to think that I've never eaten meat. I used to love my meat. And then I did it for Lent 1 year and I never looked back. So you're safe.
It's great.
With me.
Oh, yes, thanks, Poppy. Oh, yeah. I feel safe. As long as you don't eat chicken, I'm happy. That's all I'm saying. You're also a keen amateur golfer. What's your handicap aside from being an amateur?
I'm as amateur as they come. I literally started in December playing golf, and that was because I was approached to do a golf show, and I said I wouldn't do the show unless I learned how to play golf.
That's
Otherwise,
probably more
what's the
authentic
point?
of you.
Exactly. I was just like, no, guys, I know I enjoy watching golf, but playing golf is a different story.
Well, so listen, I mean, golf is an entire sport where you can stand around doing nothing all day.
Yes or no. Yes or no. There's actually a lot of work that goes into
It's a lot like working at the SABC.
Mentally, you have to be in the right zone. Everything has to be in shape. You have to know what you're doing. I've learned so much. I also thought it was just swinging the freaking golf sticks, but no, it's actual work.
Are they called clubs? I don't know what they're called.
Yes, you can call them that.
Golf sticks, is that the official term?
I'm going to call them golf sticks.
Golf sticks, because they are golf sticks, effectively.
I was trying to help you.
Thank you. I am
because I don't want
I have
to
no
higher
idea.
grade this.
And here you are in the whitest socks I've ever seen in my life.
Right?
Did you use all the Omo?
That was the first time I'd whipped those socks out.
But it looks it because they are very
white.
Up. You know,
I never
can't get my
survived a
socks.
white outfit. That was the first and the last time I survived.
They will
a white
not
outfit.
be clean if they live in my house. I live in that field behind you there. They'll be dirty in the first 2 days.
Oh, pretty field.
Hey, doesn't it look nice?
It is.
Listen, as a runner, we've got a picture of you running. You
right.
completed 100 runs in 100 days.
Yes.
I mean, that's amazing.
It was quite a mental shock to my system, but really quite an awesome feat. And
Very
it was
healthy.
therapeutic to the max.
As a DJ, what's the one song you could play to really get a braai party going?
A braai party?
Yeah, we have a braai party because this is all about beef.
Oh, guys.
You just put on Spotify.
Yeah, just like vibes, anything but...
Parlotones gets them going.
Oh,
Home.
the tones.
Gets them going home.
I'll have you know, those are my friends. Those are my people.
Oh, lots of love. Don't you listen to Kurt Darren when no one's watching? While you're practicing your golf swing, you're like, captain.
I love Kurt Darren.
Me too. He was sitting in that chair just a few days ago.
What?
I know.
How was he? What
I
a
know.
legend.
I know. He had a great sense of humour.
Oh, wow.
But if you've heard his music, he kind of has to. I'm joking. Listen, we've got a picture of you being a fashionista. What is going on in this picture here?
This is probably my proudest moment ever when I was the face of Superga. One of my proudest moments. I was the first ever African face of the brand.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and they're an Italian brand.
That is absolutely amazing.
And they just come back into the country, and yeah, I was the face of the brand.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Listen, now you've achieved your great dream on appearing on Making the Cut, being spoken to by Livestock.
Yeah.
What is your next unfulfilled ambition?
An unfulfilled ambition.
What are you aiming for next? That's what we want to know. We're on the edge of our seats.
A fully fledged talk show, just with the bells and the whistles and everything that I've ever dreamed of doing talk show space-wise. Also, I was thinking the other day that I kind of want to go to every big sporting event, like in the next 2 years.
Wow, that would be amazing. World Cup, all that stuff. That'd
Everything. And not obviously for the entire spectacle, but just for the big games and just to experience them as a fan, as a spectator, and just enjoy sport all over.
I love it. Sports brings us together in South Africa, doesn't it? It's the one thing that does. I myself am now a content creator.
Welcome to content creating. How's that working out for you?
It's great. It's a fancy way of saying we're unemployed, isn't it? Hey, I love it.
Brew?
Anyway, I don't know what else to say. I'm never sure how to end these things with a hug, a fist bump, horns. I have no idea. You want any suggestions?
Let's give each other horns.
Okay.
That sounds so wrong. As I said, please don't take my wiggle.
I can't. I might
That'd
actually.
be so hilarious.
Now that would go viral. Poppy Ntshongwana, you have been absolutely fantastic. You have a wonderful sense of humour, and we really appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much to you and to Karen Beef. And yeah, it's been a party. Thank you so much.
Sure.
That was fun.
It was, yeah.
Okay, can I just keep rolling that?
Be quiet, Brad. We're busy having a moment.
Oh, my word.